don't know how to do about tennis, so...
Okay. Apart from just realising that I could be your dad, is that...
Hi guys, I am Miles Anderson. I am part of the journalism group for media and communications, and I am joined by Ben Folk, who is one of the heads of journalism, or is the head of journalism at Coventry University. So, hi Ben, thanks for letting us speak to you. So I heard that you used to work in entertainment journalism.
Yeah, I still do, yeah.
Oh, awesome. And I just wanted to know sort of how you got into that industry and what made you get into it in the first place.
I suppose that I've always loved films, so I've loved cinema. That was my kind of entry into it. So I always wanted to be a film journalist. I read a lot of sort of entertainment magazines growing up, so magazines that don't exist anymore, you would have heard of, but in the sort of 90s there's quite a lot of good entertainment magazines. My first job was, I was earning $12,000 a year, working shifts at a sort of entertainment wire service, so kind of all that meant, well that's a Ponzi word for what it means was I was getting the papers and I was rewriting the papers into different stories.
And so what skills, according to you, are the most important when it comes to working in the industry, and how have these skills requirements changed over time?
You have to know more than everybody else.
Okay.
So the problem about entertainment is that everybody knows about entertainment. So everybody goes to the cinema, everybody buys buys music,
Yeah.
Everyone likes music, everyone likes telly, right?
Yeah.
You've got to know more than everybody else. There's loads of things I don't know. I don't know loads about foreign language cinema. I sent foreign language to England, English. I don't know much of that. So there's huge areas that I'm very bad at. Red carpet, I used to do a lot of red carpet premieres, and I was known as the Ben Encyclopedia. And the reason why, I didn't make that up, someone else called me that, but that was because I always knew the name of everybody who walked down the carpet.
Oh, okay.
So I was really into who the actors were and what they'd been in, and their names and that kind of stuff. You have to know loads.
Okay.
I think that's really important. That's something that people don't think. They just go, oh, I go to cinema, that's enough.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to get into entertainment journalism, so you've got to know more than everybody else. You've got to have a kind of interesting view on the material. Just having an opinion isn't enough. You've got to be thinking about how that fits into the context, why that matters, what's the history of it, and kind of explain that for the audience.
So what qualifications were required to secure an entry-level job in the field?
There are no requirements. I mean, in the sense that it's funny because I teach journalism, so it's not like I'm saying that you should. I think learning how to do it is really important. I think that's the most important thing, is that people think that journalism is just writing. I've been in the industry for about 20 years, and I still get told that my stuff needs to be tweaked, or needs to be changed.
Okay.
So it's a craft and it has to be practiced. So you need to practice that craft, and the more you do that, the earlier you do that, the better.
Journalism is so fast; it's growing rapidly.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Do you feel like having a degree will give you that step?
Oh, I think degree is really important. Well, I guess what I mean is that a degree in journalism is great because it teaches you all the things you need to do in journalism.
Yeah.
And I tell my students this, that it's important to be quite lateral in your thinking. So, for example, my actual main, that was all great,
yeah.
But my main work experience, the best work experience I did, was I basically approached a film PR company, who they've now been bought up by a much bigger company, but at the time they were a small kind of boutique company, I suppose you call them. And I wrote to them and said, do you need any work experience? And it just so happened that on that day, or the day before I think, it was just before the Cannes Film Festival, and so the day before someone had got ill and someone had been sacked or something like that. So they said, yes, that's great. Do you want to come and be a runner at the Cannes Film Festival?
Oh, wow.
So that was pure luck. I mean, that's just pure luck, really. So I ended up sort of sitting there, I remember we were looking after Salma Hayek, do you know the actress? And I was sitting there, and all these international journalists were coming there and going, oh, hello, hi Ben, hi. I was wondering if I could have a moment with Salma Hayek. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue. Can I? Sure. I just did that. But when I was there, I made my point. I was very clear that there was other film journalists there.
Yeah.
So I found out where they drank, and then after work, I went there and went up to one of them and said, hello, I'm Ben, I'm working for a PR company, but I actually want to be a writer. And we got chatting, and then he gave me some work when I got home, and that's how I started freelancing for Empire. So you know, that I think what's really important for anyone watching or thinking about it, and for you, if you want to do it, is like, there's no right way in. Like, for example, I didn't want to work in PR, but actually that PR job turned out to be one of the most, because I met loads of journalists.
That was your way in.
Practice, just practice. It doesn't come magically, it doesn't just arrive, it won't just be handed to you, it doesn't arrive. You have to make it happen. You have to make it happen. It's so competitive, you have to make it happen. Engage with the media you want to be in. Like, just reading a tweet about Rihanna on your phone isn't enough. You've got to like dive in and surround yourself with stuff. Like, even if it's every couple of months, you go, you know what, I'm going to take 15 quid every couple of months, I'm just going to go to Smith's or whatever, and I'm going to buy 4 magazines, and I'm just going to like look at what's going on. What Netflix has done, which is amazing, it's like, you can go, right, you know what, I want to be a documentarian, so I'm going to watch 25 documentaries, like, and it would cost me 5 quid, whereas before that would have cost you hundreds of pounds. So you've got to absolutely surround yourself.
How to stand out in such a huge field?
The problem is that a lot of people go on work placements and they just sit there and don't do anything. You've got to be proactive. Go out, like, walk up to people, say, what can I do? I know it's embarrassing, and it's terrifying. It really is. Really awkward. But you know what? If you don't say like, give me something, it's like, how can I help you? You know, what can I do to help you? Like, so for example, if I was working, I might say, okay, I'm doing a piece about stupid sequels or something like that. So just, can you find me like 5 silly sequels, or find me the agent details for these 3 actors because I want to look at them. So how can I help you? Right? Solutions journalism. Don't cause me problems. Solve my problems. Accept what you are, but also be ambitious and excited to be there. Engage with the process.
Lastly, the biggest mistakes that the journalism students usually make while looking for a placement?
Well, it's 2 primary ones. One is that they send one email, so they say, but I haven't heard anything. You've got to send out...
I'll probably do that myself.
Right, well, there we go. You've got to send out like 50 emails, and you've got to then make a spreadsheet of who you've sent them to. And then say, right, I've emailed Ben, Caroline, Kate, Tom. Great. And then maybe, again, pick up the phone them, or tweet them. Research the magazine and figure out where, what person, what place to send it to. It shows you are engaged in journalism, you want to participate, you care, you're happy to wrap your hands around something that you don't understand or want to learn about something new. Being inquisitive is so important. You should be able to have a discussion about it. A journalist needs to be inquisitive and care about the world and find things interesting and find people interesting.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Is that right?
That's it, I've learned so much.
Okay.